Crypto news for December 5th, 2025. Hello, crypto community. Today we'll break down the most important events from December 5th, 2025. We'll talk about the movements of Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's happening across the altcoin market, the behavior of institutional investors, and what macroeconomic factors are currently influencing crypto. We'll also look at several fresh analyst predictions that could shape the market in the coming weeks. 1. The market opened the day slightly in the red. Let's start with the big one, Bitcoin. Over the last 24 hours, Bitcoin pulled back by about 2%, dropping to around $92,000. Not a huge crash, but enough to create a feeling of uncertainty across the market. Many traders say Bitcoin has entered a short-term cool-down phase after its previous rally. Meanwhile, Ethereum is holding much stronger, hovering around $3,150 to $3,200, and even showing signs of a potential breakout. Analysts note that ETH is trying to break free from Bitcoin's shadow, which has been setting the tone for the entire market over the past few weeks. 2. Total market capitalization shows a slight decline. The overall cryptocurrency market capitalization dipped slightly in the last 24 hours. However, the more interesting part is what's happening inside the market. We're seeing uneven movement across altcoins. Some assets pulled back, while others experienced short bursts of growth. Analytical platforms report increased trading volume in certain sectors, especially in projects that recently launched updates, received new listings, or announced upcoming roadmap milestones. This shows that investors are slowly returning to riskier assets after a week of sideways movement. 3. Institutional investors increase ETH accumulation. One of the most important events of the day is the growing institutional interest in Ethereum. Several funds have begun increasing their positions, and this is a very strong market signal. Popular analyst Tom Lee said the market may have reached a local bottom. He pointed out that big players are buying not only Bitcoin, but are also actively increasing their ETH exposure. This is a key moment because Ethereum has been underperforming Bitcoin for months. And historically, when institutions start buying ETH, a new market cycle usually begins shortly after. 4. Macroeconomic pressure continues. Right now, the crypto market is highly sensitive to global economic factors. Traders are closely watching new U.S. inflation data, the Federal Reserve's potential decisions, traditional stock market performance, geopolitical uncertainties. That's why the crypto market has been showing muted volatility. People don't want to open huge positions before important macroeconomic data is released. Analysts say, crypto is currently running at half speed. The market is waiting for a green light from macro conditions. 5. Bitcoin's behavior. Sideways movement and indecision. Bitcoin has been moving sideways for several weeks now, struggling to stay within the $90,000 to $94,000 range. The main issues right now are lack of strong buying volume, decreasing retail trader activity, high dependence on institutional inflows, no clear narrative to spark a rally. While Bitcoin remains uncertain, the rest of the market mirrors that uncertainty. 6. Ethereum, preparing for a move toward $3,500. In contrast to Bitcoin, Ethereum has several strengths going for it. Stronger buy-side support, increasing institutional interest, continuous ecosystem development, high activity in Layer 2 networks, rising transaction volume. If ETH manages to hold above $3,200, analysts predict a move to $3,400 to $3,500 in the coming weeks. 7. Altcoins, the hidden gems waking up. Despite the slight drop in the market, several altcoin sectors showed positive activity. Networks with recent upgrades, tokens receiving exchange listing announcements, DeFi projects with rising TVL, Layer 2 ecosystems, Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, AI-related tokens gaining traction again. These sectors could become the strongest performers if the market begins to recover. 8. Forecast. Is a new growth wave coming? Tom Lee and several other analysts believe the market might be entering the early phase of a new cycle. Here's why. Institutions are buying ETH. Trading activity is increasing. BTC is stabilizing. DeFi and AI tokens are gaining momentum. Upcoming macroeconomic data could act as a powerful catalyst. Overall conclusion: the market is in accumulation phase. Institutions are actively buying. Altcoins are waking up. If macro data turns positive, crypto could receive a strong impulse upward. Conclusion: it was a meaningful and dense day. Bitcoin dipped slightly. Ethereum showed strength. Institutional investors continued accumulating, and macroeconomic forces kept shaping market sentiment. Altcoins showed early signs of recovery, which might hint at the beginning of a new market wave. That's it for today, crypto community. As we can see, Bitcoin is pulling back slightly, Ethereum is showing strength, and institutional investors are actively accumulating. The market is in a wait-and-see phase, so the next few days could be decisive for a new upward move. If you enjoyed today's news, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our daily crypto updates. Leave a comment below about which coins you're most interested in, and we'll cover them in the next episode. See you in the next video, and remember, always keep your finger on the pulse of the crypto world.